Hi, everyone. This is a really powerfully honest, open, owning question, um, which I think is the sort of question that is going to change the world, really. Um, Hi, Claire. When there is no doer, no chooser, no decider, how can a pattern of abusive behavior, particularly towards others, stop? The pattern of wanting to intimidate others is noticed. It isn't wanted, but how will it or can it stop? Brilliant. Thank you for asking that question. That's the start of the entire world changing. And I think it's interesting, really, abusive behavior. And I wonder if we can even start looking at abusive behavior from something that we're considering on the Ask Offer course at the moment, which is that when there is an unquestioned fragile identity, which is the foundational setup for the whole experience of me and the other and the world, from that fragility, from that unquestioned sense of separation, there's this me here, this separate entity that needs to find home, is desperately trying to find its way out of that fragility, its way out of feeling so fractured and so full of fear and shame and insecurity. So it's trying to find home, but because its existence isn't questioned, because the existence of myself as separate from all of this is absolutely not up for grabs, that's fundamentally just taken as real, true. Because of that, this attempt to find home has to be carried out by trying to stabilize that separate me. And the way to stabilize the separate me is to create more separation. I somehow have to make myself more distant, more pronounced, better than, more of a victim in, more in control of everything that's going on around me. And I think that's the origin of abuse. Because abusive behavior, really, isn't it? It's from separation, and it's so innocent. It's optimal for the system. It's the only behavior that is available, because the foundation of what's believed, of experience, is only creating these options of stabilize me by securing that separate me. So that basis of living creates put downs of other people. It creates financial or emotional control, or sexual abuse, violence. It creates it all. It's an attempt to find home by somehow securing that sense of me as separate, by numbing the discomfort, switching off the mind somehow, but all of it happening within this unquestioned reality of what the mind believes the me and the other to be. So I think that's the origin of abuse. So it's brilliant that this listener is asking that question, because now we're getting somewhere. Now from a sane point of view, we can see, how does that change? The only way it can change is from that foundation that gives rise to the lived experience of self and other, and therefore all the behavior to shift. That's the only way behavior changes, because there isn't a doer, there isn't a decider, there isn't a separate entity controlling all of this. It's what's been learned. And I know how unpopular and dangerous that sounds, but it's ultimate sanity to recognize that, and for ourselves above all to see how the behaviors, the effect on other people, the reactions back from other people, that deepening sense of separation and volatility, insecurity, fragility, all of it is information that is saying there is a profound insanity going on. This whole body mind system is operating from a hardware of confusion, and so the suffering that's in the midst of the abuse, when our behavior is creating this sort of horror all around, that's coming back into the system to say there's an attempt to get somewhere here that can never succeed. There's the origin of this behavior is the attempt to find love, to find peace, to find freedom. And yet the more it continues from this unquestioned space of me versus them, the more it re-traumatizes, the more it confirms the whole conditioned system. And there's no wonder these body minds go into total meltdown, complete spiral of constant repetition and worsening, like deepening of the belief system. So everything now is reversing that. And let's all of us really observe behavior, be so like this conversation about spirituality is never a get out for absolute accountability of behavior and impact on others. If this conversation isn't taking us deeper into actions and words and impact, then it's bypass. It's a get out. So let's all of us observe behavior and what is it saying about the belief system that gives rise to it. What is that behavior revealing? Where is that what's the search that's going on within that behavior? What is it trying to achieve? And let's really see that any behavior that's coming out of a space of me and them, and resistance, resentment, control, conflict, pretense, manipulation, all of it is an attempt to find home through security, through securing this separate identity, and it will never ever work. It will never bring about what it's trying to bring about. So that's how abuse changes. It's from a deep questioning of where behavior comes from, of where reality comes from, where experience comes from, of what the I at the center of it all is, of what the other is. And that's that level of inquiry is shifting all the time, shifting the basis, the foundational basis of life, or of how life is lived, of how life is experienced. Thank you for asking the question. It's freedom that you're asking that, and that's our hope for the future for all of us. Thank you. Bye.